There we go. All right. Well, welcome. We're excited to see so many people on this Zoom this evening. Have some exciting information to share with you tonight, and some other people that will be sharing some of their experiences with the NeoLife business. A handful of other people, and it'll move very quickly. This call will probably only be, I don't know, 20 to 30 minutes at the most. And then we will open it up for questions and answers at the end. If you want to bail after that, feel free. If you want to stick around and have a burning question you want to ask, there might be somebody here on the call that can answer it. If not, we'll be happy to tell you we don't know the answer and we'll have to get back to you. But before we get too far into this, let me just introduce myself real quickly. For those that do not know me, I see many names and faces I don't recognize. So my name is Allan Blain. As I mentioned earlier, my bride of 30 years now, and I live in Nashville, Tennessee, and we've been blessed with 6 children. And our story goes back 22 years. We've been using the NeoLife products for 22 years. And Nicole and I launched our NeoLife business just 8 years ago in 2015, actually. And at the time I was in construction, I was working a lot. I had a lot of stress in my life. I was missing a lot of valuable time with my family, and that was most important to me, still is. And I was stressed. I also lacked purpose. I lacked a vision for my life that really excited me to wake up and go to work every morning. And that is when, and honestly, the reason why I dragged my feet so long launching our business was because I didn't believe, and I'm excited to share with you some things tonight that you may be hearing for the first time, but I didn't believe I could have success in a business like this because I wasn't a salesperson. I'd never sold anything in my life. I had wore a gun and a badge as a police officer for a few years. I'd swung a hammer in construction for many years, and I just had never sold anything. So I just didn't envision myself being highly successful in this industry for a very long time. And that's part of the holdup on me ever joining and getting started. But we did, thankfully, 8 years ago. I had a burning enough why to have a better life and a purpose in what I was doing for my work. And so over the course of the 16 months that followed, we were able to create a 6-figure passive income. I was able to walk away from my job in construction the next year in 2016. And we've been able to build this thing together, my wife and I and our children, ever since. It's been the most rewarding thing professionally we've ever done. And I'm excited to share with you tonight just a few of the benefits of this business and a little bit of how it works so that you can see why we call it the ideal business. With that being said, I'm going to share my screen so I can share a couple things with you as we go along, and we will roll. So, by the way, that's my family. I just mentioned we've been married 30 years and have 6 children. There we are. But let me quickly just tell you a little bit about the company NeoLife, and I won't spend too much time on this, but I think it's important you understand that we are a worldwide nutrition company now operating in about 51 countries, last I checked. We've been in business since 1958. So when Nicole and I started taking these products 22 years ago, they had been doing that for, well over 40 years, even at that time. And their mission is to end this trend we see of chronic sickness, chronic illness, unwellness, and unhealthy financials as well. When you look at the average household across America, and this business is one way that we can help in that trend, both of those trends. The founder of NeoLife is the gentleman on the screen here, Jerry Brassfield. He is now in his 80s, a picture of health, still does push-up competitions on stage with his daughter, Kendra, who is now the CEO of the company. I love their hearts. They're here. Their hearts are to serve. Their hearts are to put all of us, the customers and us promoters first before profits. And they do a great job of making profits as well, as evidenced by their 65-year debt-free, I might add, spotless track record now doing business, as I mentioned, in over 50 countries globally. What makes NeoLife really special as well is this whole team of world-class scientists that formulate all of their products. And that's a big, big deal we don't have time to go into, but you should know that that's an important thing when evaluating any business, especially a business that manufactures nutritional products. Speaking of products, they have a complete line of probably close to 100 different products in 3 main categories that you see there on the screen. Nutritionals, which is their primary line, organic skincare, and healthy home cleaners, from laundry detergent to, multi-purpose cleaners to all sorts of great things. They're all the products are wonderful. So the 14 reasons why I believe, and many others, that this is the ideal business. And this list could be, expanded for sure. But the first one I want to share with you, and we'll go through these quickly, is that we have essential and unique products. Now, we learned that we were an essential company, and even as recognized by the government, we all knew it was essential. But even the U.S. Department of Homeland Security identified us as an essential business during the pandemic of 2020 that we all experienced. But did you know we have unique products, very unique products? A business is only especially a product related business or even a service related business, it's only as solid of a business as its product or service, in our case, products, are effective and unique and special in the marketplace. And we have many products that are. In fact, just a couple examples, we've got a fruit and vegetable product here called Carotenoid Complex that was proven by the USDA, of all people, to boost immunity 37% in just 20 days. We have another product, another food-based product, because these are food supplements, tested by or proven by Texas A&M University to increase the amount of nutrients that are utilized by your body at a cellular level by 50, that's 50, not 15%. It's huge. We have another product, last one I'll mention, or our last two, omega-3 salmon oil plus, that has been clinically tested to reduce inflammation in the body by, get this, 68%. Very, very unique. And a lot of other uniquenesses to each one of these products I'm just glossing over. Just wanted to hit some highlights and touch on this real quick so we could get more into the business side of things. But we have a delicious meal replacement protein shake that has been clinically proven to help people with weight loss, 10% body fat reduction, cholesterol levels improving, and all kinds of markers related to heart health that have been benefited from this product, or are proven to benefit the body by using this product. Many, many personal success stories. You're going to hear a few on the business side tonight, but just on the health side, I can just assure you there's plenty of stories, thousands and thousands of people's lives that have been transformed inside and out. Just a few quick examples. Our friend Jen, 60 pounds in 6 months using our products. And these products are so much more than just weight loss products, just in case that would be known. I should make that known since I'm showing you some pictures, because pictures are worth 1,000 words, and you can't always see a energetic cell and a healthy cell and a healthier mind and brain and all the things that I can't show you in a picture. But my friend Steve, 25 pounds, 13% body fat lost in, I think that was 90 days. My friend Gabriella, from a forced smile for the picture to $1 million smile, thanks to the NeoLife products and what they've done for her. Greg Preya, type 1 diabetic, incredible story. I don't have time to share, but if you ever, almost half the population is either diabetic or pre-diabetic, and that comes with its challenges, one being extra weight oftentimes. But Greg is proof that these products stabilize blood sugar and helped him get the fat off that he was carrying, the extra 50 pounds. Latasha Williams, another great example, lost 50 pounds in her 40s. We've got NFL players, we've got professional athletes of all sorts that pass up endorsements, paid endorsements of other companies' products, so that they can take NeoLife product for $0 of compensation, because NeoLife does not pay their athletes anything, knowing and believing and trusting that NeoLife products are superior to the rest. And that's why they do it. We've got a tight end from the Seahawks, same story. The need is great. And before I spent more time on point number one here, unique products, than any of the others, because to me, it's foundational to a solid business opportunity. And it's very important. So is the need great? Yeah, the need's great. CDC came out recently and said 6 out of 10 people adults in the US have a chronic disease. 4 out of 10 are living with 2 or more. And they've also gone on to say that we've now hit this mark that 3 out of 4 deaths are being caused by a chronic disease today, and growing. All these numbers are growing. All the negative numbers are growing. They're not getting better. So again, essential and unique products. Yes, we have that. Number 2, unique, equal opportunity. It doesn't matter. We have people that are 18 years old in high school still crushing this business. College students, people in their 80s, 90s, crushing the business, and everything in between. So there is no, requirements. It's a pay for performance. The more you impact lives, the more you're compensated for it, kind of a business, which I love. Proven business model. Did you know that this industry we're a part of, it's called network marketing. It has grown year over year over year. These numbers in red, white letters in the red bars there, are billions with a B, billions in annual sales. We're almost a $200 billion a year industry that NeoLife is a part of. Sorry, I didn't have it on the screen. Now you can see it there in the bottom. I could see it and you couldn't. Almost a $200 billion a year industry right here. Okay. And if you didn't know this, it's endorsed by some of the leading business minds of our day. In fact, Warren Buffett, one of the greatest investors of all time, owns, I believe, 3 different network marketing businesses. And he said that it's one of the best investments he's ever made is owning network marketing businesses because of their effectiveness in getting products to market. The 4th reason why we call it the ideal business is it's unlimited residual income. Unlimited residual income. And I want to share with you, has everybody heard this analogy? What would you rather have? I'm guessing most have heard it, but if you haven't, the question goes like this. Would you rather have $1 million cash right now handed to you today, or a penny a day doubled every day for 30 days? That would be your choice. Which would you choose? Probably every child would choose the $1 million. And many adults, if they hadn't seen the math before, but this is how that plays out. When you take a penny and you double it every day, if you're looking at the screen, after 10 days, you got $5.12. After 20 days, you have a little over $5,000. But after 30 days, you have over $5 million. So the correct answer would have been the penny a day doubled. And that's depicting or showing, giving a visual to the power of leverage as it relates to money, compounding, right? This is a visual graph of what I just showed you. That's the penny a day doubling over 30 days. Here's another thing to kind of expand your mind to the possibilities of leverage in our life as it relates to income. And of course, in our business, income relates to impact in other people's life, which then comes full circle to purpose and passion of why we do what we do when we see what these products do in other people's lives. But let's imagine that you join us in business and that you recruit one other person per year to join you in business. Let's just imagine that, okay? One person a year. And every year you do the same. And every year they do the same. Just one person a year. Everybody recruits one person a year. After 11 years, you got 2,000 people in your organization. After 22 years, you have over 4 million people in your organization. And after 33 years, one person a year, you have over 8.5 billion people in your organization, which is more than there are people on planet Earth. It's more than the Earth's population. And why, you say, well, Allan, why are you showing me that? That's not even realistic. Yeah, it's not realistic. But here's the deal. It shows the power of leverage. It shows what this business is capable. It shows why we say this has unlimited income earning potential. The 40-hour plan, the 40-year plan, the plan that most people follow, the plan I chose when I went into law enforcement as a police officer for 6 years, the plan I chose when I went into construction, swinging a hammer for many more years than that, was, the 40-hour a week. You work 40 hours a week, and there's 50 weeks a year if you take 2 weeks vacation. So you do the math, 40 hours a week times 50 weeks a year, you're getting paid on about 80,000 hours over 40 years. 40 hours a week, 50 hours a year, or 50 weeks a year is 2,000 hours. I should have put that on there. It's 2,000 hours a year you get paid on times 40 years is 80,000 hours in a career, 40-year career, right? Where with us, let's say we don't have 8.5 billion people in our NeoLife organization because it's not realistic. Let's just say we have 1,000. Let's say we have 1,000, not 8.5 billion. Well, if we have 1,000 people working not 40 hours a week, because most people have day jobs, 4 hours. Let's just do 4 hours a week. 1,000 people working 4 hours a week would be 4,000 hours a week that we're getting paid on. And that's impacting people's lives with these incredible products. Times 50 weeks a year, we get paid on 200,000 hours in 1 year, as opposed to 80,000 hours in essentially a lifetime, a career, a 40-year career. So that is why we say this is a scalable, unlimited residual income, and it's super exciting. You get to maximize your impact. Actually, you get to maximize your impact. And I've already kind of talked about this one, because with this business, as the income scales, our impact scales, and we get the text and the messages and the phone calls from loved ones and new friends that are sharing with us their benefits from being on the products. And what I'd like to do before I continue is Jen Case. I asked Jen, I know Jen, I hope you're on here, Jen, if you could just unmute and just spend a minute sharing what your experience has been with the business. I know you started the business maybe 3 years ago. Would you mind just sharing your story real quick before we move on?
Absolutely. Thank you, Allan. Hi, everyone. I'm Jen Case. I live in Nashville, Tennessee with my husband, and we have 5 kids. We're a blended family. And back in 2019, I was working in a basement for this appraiser. And while I didn't mind what I did, I just wanted to be around people. And so I got a job working at my sister's coffee shop, making $10 an hour. And I met Allan Blain, and right as she introduced NeoLife to me, COVID hit, everything shut down. And as I saw the products working in my life, I saw them working in my family, because I was just sharing it with everybody that I knew and love. And I thought, oh my goodness, I can actually do this and make a business out of it. And so I did. Within a couple months, I doubled my income and tripled my income. And within 6 months, all of a sudden, NeoLife was sending us on these amazing trips. And my husband and I, being a blended family and having these kids and not really having fantastic jobs, we never took a honeymoon. And so we actually got to go on a NeoLife trip with our with my husband, and we renewed our vows. And anyways, it's just been the biggest blessing in our lives. Not only the products, the business side of it, but seeing what it's done in my family and friends. And not only that, but the remarkable people that we've been around. We've made the most amazing friends who we now call family. And we honestly, we couldn't imagine NeoLife not being in our life. We'll always be on the products. And not only that, we'll always do this as a business. So it's a huge blessing. It's been a blessing to us in so many ways.
Awesome. Thank you, Jen. I really appreciate you sharing, and congratulations on all your success in the business and all the lives that you and Matt have impacted, by the way. So that brings us to number 6, reason why I say this is the ideal business, and that would be freedom and flexibility. This business is 100%, as I said, pay for performance. We can work it a little, we can work it a lot. We can be on the 34-year plan, or we can be on the 4-year plan or the 4-month plan. It depends how fast we want to go. And it is a real business that we get out of it what we put into it. We put in very little, we get out very little. We put in a lot, we get out a lot. And so, but what comes with that is the freedom and the flexibility to work it in the nooks and crannies of the busiest person's life. And I just love that benefit. You know, that most businesses people start, I think I heard the other day that the average investment in the average business to start is $100,000. And the average person that starts a business does not, just work it 4 hours a week or 1 hour a week. And so the freedom and flexibility to work it as much or as little as one wants is a really big deal. And from wherever. We have friends in other countries that have moved to other countries, Costa Rica, other places, and continue to work their business. So that's a big deal. 7, a transformational community. We hear this all the time about the NeoLife family. It truly is a transformational community of like-minded world changers that truly have servant hearts. And I think from my experience, the people that join NeoLife are as thrilled about the community of people they get to be a part of. I know Nicole and I feel that way, as they are about the phenomenal products they get to take and the income they get to make. So it is a really valuable thing. And we're seeing more and more people value the community than ever before. Number 8, personal growth and development. This is a phenomenal. In fact, I know no better business model. I know no better plan for personal growth and development. This one happens to have a compensation plan attached to it so that as our mindset grows and our skill set grows and our leadership abilities grow, so does our income, which is a really special thing. We can read all the books and listen to all the podcasts and go to all the seminars, which I highly recommend, but there is nothing for personal growth and development like that can put it into action and put boots to the ground to really put those principles into our lives like this business, in my experience. So I love that. Number 9 of 14 is that it's low risk and low overhead. It is a one-time investment, not of $100,000 like the average business, but $75. $75 to start a NeoLife business as a promoter with, I say low risk, it's essentially no risk. And so it's a $75 risk, but I don't even consider that a risk because, again, of all the benefits that one gets by joining us in business. We have many people that tell us, even if they never made a dollar, they would want to be doing this for all these reasons that we're sharing with you today. So low risk, low overhead is another big one. 10, recession proof. Recession proof. We've proved it. NeoLife has proved it from time and time again. They've been doing this for 65 years. They've gone through many recessions. The Great Recession of 2008 was the most recent one that proved it. And the current situation we're in right now, that many are calling a recession, is proving it again, that people's businesses are booming, ours and others included, more than ever, which is really special. And most businesses cannot say that. COVID, our business grew. So this is a business that is truly recession proof. I want to jump to another awesome person, that Dwight Johnson, if you would, can you share briefly your experience here in the business for everyone listening tonight?
Absolutely. Thank you, Allan. I'm super excited to share because the fact that I discovered NeoLife because of a rad cousin who shared it with me, that cousin being Allan Blain. And when I had seen the transformation in his wife, I knew that I needed a similar transformation in my life because I had some major health issues. And Allan came and shared it with us. I think we were one of the first few presentations he did, but it changed my whole life and my whole outlook on health, because when you've lost your health, you would literally give everything you own to get it back. I had one desire, and that was to just get my health back. And NeoLife did that for me. And it did it so radically that I started sharing it with everybody I ran into. People could see the health transformation in my life. It was that obvious. And so people were asking me what I was doing different. And I started sharing NeoLife. And it's crazy because it's a beautiful long-term business, because it can build, like Allan was showing, over the 34 years to over, or 33 years to over 8 billion people. But it also is something you could do really quickly. You don't have to only do one person a year. And I was really ecstatic about the life transformation, shared it with a lot of people. And I got up where I was making over $5,000 a month in the first year, which is not huge, but it's moving the right direction. And then the stability of NeoLife, meaning I've had other businesses where I've invested a lot more money than what I invested into NeoLife. And if you walk away from those businesses, they disappear. They're gone. Where NeoLife, I got married, I got busy. I've gone on to have 10 wonderful children with my beautiful wife, Mary Lee. And NeoLife has given us so much freedom because that income continues to come in, and that income has continued to grow. And that's the power of working with a team and a community that is passionate about changing people's lives. NeoLife is giving me more freedom than I probably ever could have dreamed.
Love it. Thank you, Dwight, out there in Bend, Oregon, and having lots and lots of success with his NeoLife business, as well as everybody that's sharing here tonight. So thank you. Number 11, that brings us to number 11 of 14, and that's tax benefits. If you don't know about this, you need to know about this. In fact, the book that I have on the screen here, Lower Your Taxes Big Time, was written by a former IRS auditor and tax attorney who says that the average American household, okay, whatever average American household income is today, the average American household will save between $5,000 and $6,000 right back in your pocket by owning a business like this, a home-based business. So if you make more than the average American household income, then it's substantially more than $5,000 to $6,000 a year back in your pocket just to have a business like this whether it makes a profit or not. So tax benefits, there's the book on the screen. Sorry. Tax benefits are massive and huge, big deal. So that's number 11. Number 12, first movers advantage. Startup companies love to talk in our industry, and startup companies that are asking investors for money love to talk about the potential upside of ground floor opportunity and first movers advantage. What they don't love to talk about is the downside, the risk, the fact that over 90% of businesses will be out of business within 10 years, right? They don't like to talk about that, but that's the reality. We have the best of both worlds with NeoLife. We have a 65-year-old, as I mentioned earlier, debt-free company that's got through all of those first few 7 decades, has got a global platform in over 50 countries. Yet here in North America, anyway, relatively nobody knows their name. Talk about an incredible business opportunity with foundational products that actually work. We covered that in point number 1. It makes for an incredible business opportunity that we're really thrilled about, and why we're seeing many people have success. That first mover's advantage will not always be around, by the way. We can't say that that's going to be the way it is today, 10 years from now. And we don't believe it will be. Number 13, you can expand, you and I, and each one of us can expand our business globally. I mentioned already, we're in 51 countries. We are not confined to our city. We're not confined to our county, our state, or even our country. We've got 51 countries that we can do business in. And with that, I want to jump back over to you, Rebecca Williams. If you would, can you also share what your experience has been in the NeoLife business? I know you started as a college student, so I'd love to have you share.
Yes, I would love to. Thank you. Hi, everyone. My name is Rebecca Williams. I'm 28 years old and I live in Nashville, Tennessee with my husband, Casey, and our son, Rhett, and we are expecting our second son this summer. Before NeoLife, I was a full-time nursing student and working part-time as a waitress, living paycheck to paycheck. My husband introduced me to NeoLife about 5 years ago, and he broke down the potential that I had, basically what Allan was talking about, the compound effect of working part-time, but making a full-time income. I had no idea what that meant at the time, but in less than 6 months, I replaced my waitressing income. I was able to quit that job while attending school full-time. And a year later, I actually qualified for a cash car bonus that I could use for anything, not just my car. We earned a fully paid for trip to Brassfield Winery Estate, which was so amazing. And I was actually able to quit nursing school and pursue this business full time, to be a mom, to be a stay-at-home wife that I always dreamt of, but also to pay my student debt down. So this income actually has been such a blessing to us because we were able to move from California to Nashville, Tennessee. So that's where the global part comes in. And we were able to just get up, move, and we were able to find housing and buy myself a brand new Honda Odyssey minivan to fill with a bunch of kids. And all of that was because of our NeoLife income. My husband quit his job and it was such a blessing, and it just continues to bless us. So we are so grateful for this opportunity, and I have never been more excited about it.
Awesome. Thank you, Rebecca. Appreciate you sharing your experience with the business. Congratulations on all your success. And that brings us to the final point, which is number 14. Again, we're not limited to 14. I limited it to 14, and that's fun. We get to have fun in this business. Most people can't say that about their careers. They can't say they get to go to Cabo and Dominican Republic and Cancun and Hawaii and Maui and all the places that we've been, even in just the last 8 years. Here's just a few pictures from some of the places we've been, and we have fun, and it's a lot of great people. So what a fun business to be a part of. For anybody that may be on the call tonight and is curious, like, what does it really take to get started in this business? $75. You can become a promoter for a one-time $75 investment. And I'll close with sharing this with you, and then we'll open it up for questions if anybody has any. Is if you want to know how is the money really made, this is how simple this business is, okay? Didn't say it was easy, and I surely am not saying it's hard. It's very simple, though. Someone like yourself or myself would become a promoter, and we would help 3 people get started as customers. And then we would help those 3 people get their products free by referring 3 other customers. That's what that is showing on the screen, because NeoLife has a referral program that if customers or business builders, we call ourselves promoters, share with 3 other customers, you can start getting your products free every month and every month thereafter. So we like helping people get their products free. By doing that, that's step 1. And then by doing step 2, helping 3 other people who ideally would join as promoters to join you in business, but they wouldn't have to. They could be customers as well. That does the exact same thing that you did. Help 3 people get their products for free by referring 3. That's what this diagrams are representing. That organization right there, based on NeoLife average order sizes, would produce a $15,000 a year income, a little over $1,000 a month residual income, which actually may or may not sound like a lot, but it's phenomenal. And it's an incredible start on building a business. You know, you'd have to save up a couple $100, a couple $100,000 cash, probably at least, to invest in a rental home, for example, in order to make that kind of money every year after all expenses and everything are covered. So it is a big deal. And anyone that's reached that level, and everyone on this call that shared with you has reached way beyond that level. You know, it's something worth being proud of, I guess, and knowing that changes lives. But for anyone that's going, hey, that's not enough, I don't want $1,000 a month income. Well, you'll want a 6-figure a year income, let's just say. Well, how do you do that? Say, you know, it's the same process. You just help 6 people do what you just did. Help 6 people. There you go. Help 6 people create $15,000 a year businesses. We call that director, and you're at a 6-figure income. Calculated minimum, at least a 6-figure income. So that's how simple, again, this business is. With that being said, I'm going to open it up. If anybody has any questions this might have prompted, we'll try to field them real quick. We won't belabor this if there aren't questions, and we won't let this run all night, but we will open it up. I will say this last thing though, if something like that you've heard has resonated with you and you want to learn more about possibly becoming a customer or joining us in business as a promoter, I encourage you strongly, please get back to the person who invited you on this call. They can help you get started. They can show you the way, because they've already done it. So I recommend you get back to them. Please do so. With that being said, does anybody, I'm going to stop recording. Does anybody have any questions that might have prompted for anyone that's on here and just curious to ask something they're dying to know before they contact the person?